Hi guys, welcome to my new video. No, I'm not gonna do that. Let's get to the fucking ranking. So, let's do this shit. Number one, home calisthenics. I'm talking about just like doing some push-ups on the floor, doing some sit-ups. You got no equipment, no money, no bitches, no money, like me. You're broke. So, how good is it? Well, it's decent. It's alright. It's alright. Like, you can do better. Your legs are probably not gonna look the best, but you could do some single leg shit. It's alright. It's possible. You're not gonna look bad. Like, I had some friends who were like pretty fucking jacked from just doing home workouts. Like, don't get me wrong, your upper body especially, you could do some good shit with it. But like, don't expect to be like a bodybuilder, okay? It's not gonna work like that. But you're gonna look pretty fucking good. So it's alright. It's alright. Now, if you do have equipment, then I'm gonna put it pretty good. Because even if it's just dumbbells, it's way easier to like isolate. It's way easier to like do lateral raise and shit. It's more flexible. Your legs are probably gonna get a bit better, but again, it's not the best. Now, if you have a fucking, I don't know, like a full-on home gym, fucking machines everywhere and shit, it's just like a gym, but you don't have to wait for nothing. So obviously, then it would be fucking spend it in it, but. It's not. I'm assuming you don't have the money for that. I don't have the money for that. It's a lot of money, by the way. I don't know if you've ever seen how much fucking money these type of shit cost. Like, I don't know, man. It's like $4,000 for a fucking cable machine. No. But if you do have the funds, it's really fucking good. I'm assuming you don't. So I'm assuming they're like using adjustable dumbbells and shit. So it's going pretty good. Swimming. Now you might say, wait, isn't this cardio? No, I'm gonna put the bottom of it's alright, like at the bottom. Why? Because think of it, like use your brain for a second. When you're swimming, right, water is pretty thick. Fucking hell. But seriously, water is like pretty thick. It like takes a lot of force to like actually move it out of the way. So your shoulders especially, and your arms, a bit of your back, like, they're gonna get a pretty decent workout, especially if you haven't worked out before. Like, those like, what are they called? Footballers. They're like footballer physique with like abs, but they don't have like big wings and shit. Like, their back isn't too big, their chest isn't broad and shit. They're not bodybuilders, right? But they have abs. They still look pretty fucking good. But that's basically the physique you're gonna get from swimming. Although you're gonna get a bit more shoulders, so it's probably better than the other forms because it's just more pure resistance. It's like why swimmers are like, if you ever seen like how fast you can swim compared to how fast you can run, for example. That's why. So you're gonna probably build a decent physique. It's below home calisthenics though. It's not the same degree. Football. Now to all you American fucks, I'm talking about soccer. I'm talking about kicking the ball, right? I'm kicking someone nuts. So, again, I'm going to put it below swimming. It's the same thing, just kind of a bit worse. Not much yapping here. Basketball, I don't know which one's better. Honestly, they're really interchangeable. Because this one is going to work better on your feet. Like, you're going to get a bit more foot growth. No, don't look that up. Don't look that up. But your legs, your thighs are gonna look better. Yeah, it's fucking foot growth, bro. What the fuck? Anyway, I think I'm gonna put it a bit above. Because let's be real, people care more about the upper body. And with basketball, sure, you got leaping strength, like explosive strength, right? But that's not really the most efficient way to build muscle. And there's not a lot of resistance. It's just your body weight. Your legs are kind of used to that. So, I don't know, man. I'm putting it above it though, because you're using your hands more. So I'm guessing you'd build a bit more upper body strength. And let's be real here, people care more about your upper body than lower body. If you're not a girl, I saw the demographics. Girls don't watch this fucking channel. Unless you are. If you are, hi. I don't know what you're doing here, but I'm happy for the views. Keep watching. Give you all that money. So I'm going to put it a bit above. Now, physical job. I'm talking about like transport, farming, yeah, motherfuckers. Physical jobs. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. People really underrate this shit. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of fucking spend it. Now, I'd say that's a bit too high. It is. I'll probably give it a bit more credit than I should. But I have like a family that works in a farm and shit, and they are fucking strong, dude. They're fucking strong. They're big. Don't get that image out of your head, bro. I'm not talking about that. So, they're strong, okay? They have pretty good muscles. They're not bodybuilders, right? But they're still really fucking strong. And the thing is, this is a much more balanced approach than a lot of these previous ones, especially like these types of shit. Why? Because if you're working in the field all day, that's a lot of cardio work. So you're not just getting like strength work from lifting things and pulling roots out and climbing and shit and lifting up the boxes and whatever the fuck you're doing. It's also that you're doing this all day, or at least you're doing it for a long time. So you're getting a lot of cardio stimulus as well. So it's gonna create a really balanced, really practical physique, if that makes sense. Practical physique. You're just gonna have better cardio. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, rice bucket.
Dear God.
You know, where you take the bucket, put your hand in it, kind of squish, start squishing. I heard it's pretty good for forearms, but not really for much else. I'm gonna be with you. I was just like trying to think of like ideas to put here. So this is going right in here. It's pretty obvious why. It's just gonna grow your forearms. Nothing much else. If even, I don't think it's gonna work your forearms too well. Never tried it though. Could be good for forearms, but nothing else. Nothing else. Now, core addiction. This is why we have this category. You both know why it's category. I'm gonna put it above. Just remember to switch hands. Gotta get that balanced physique. So, I keep fucking pressing the wrong buttons. Anyway, calisthenics parks. You know those parks with the bars and shit. They're pretty good. They are pretty good. I'm gonna put them below just because it's just you still can't really work your legs, but still pretty good. Like, you'll get a really good upper body from doing this, and it's more practical than a lot of gym workouts. Now, what I mean by when I say practical, right? Because people don't realize that, like, when you're curling, for example, that's still practical. Like, how do you hold stuff? Or when you're doing shrugs, that's really useful for like groceries and shit. Like, gym workouts are still pretty practical for real life, but the thing is calisthenics, because you're working with your own body weight, you're kind of getting used to like moving your body weight around space, if that makes sense. So because you're working with your own body, you're getting better at moving your body. So it's more practical to real life. It's still not greatest. Your legs are probably not gonna get the best stimulus from this, so I can't put it here, but it's pretty good. If you don't have any money and you don't want to work like a physical job, then this is probably your best option if you're completely broke, honestly. Now, weighted calisthenics, I'm gonna put it oh, it's hard. No. Oh, hold on. Fuck it. Put it here. Why? Because I'll be honest with you, with calisthenics, a problem that's gonna come around is that eventually, if you want to keep progressing, you're gonna have to like try harder variations, right? But the thing with those variations is that a lot of the times they work different muscles, and that's why they're harder. For example, a pull-up is mostly for the back, right? It's a bit of the biceps, arms, but it's for the back, right? Lats and shit. But when you do one arm or you do muscle ups, that's gonna work your arms more. That's why it's harder. When you do a one up, you kind of get closer to the arm and you start pulling like this, or you start pulling like this. And because you're lifting different, you're lifting into it, it's working your arm more. That's one of the reasons why it's harder. Also because you're doing one fucking arm. But it's the same deal with muscle ups. You're working more your arms, your chest. So if you're trying to isolate like a muscle, you want to keep working your back, right? Your back's getting stronger, so you're trying to challenge it more. But the problem that arises with calisthenics is that a lot of times the exercise that are harder work that muscle less. So it kind of tends to like stay at the same size, at least from my experience. So this solves that whole issue because you can just keep adding weight. And honestly, even if you do have a gym membership, this is probably still something you should like include in it. Like, I still do weighted pull-ups, actually weighted chin-ups actually, and fucking dips, because it's so good. It's just, these are just good exercises to do. So yeah, it's a thing that it's probably not a thing that you should just do that, right? Like if you're already gonna buy like a weighted vest and shit, you might as and like some plates and whatever, you might as well like start buying dumbbells. So it's more of a thing to like incorporate into something else. It's not like just the thing you do. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. Now powerlifting. I'm gonna be honest with you, ooh. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. You're definitely gonna get big. Like, you're gonna get big. But the thing is with powerlifting is that how do you lift the most weight, right? How do we lift the most weight possible? We use our whole body. If you wanna like make your body lift the most weight, then you gotta use your whole body strength, right? You don't wanna use just your legs if you're trying to lifting the most weight. You're gonna try to use your legs and your upper body. So it's gonna be less isolation, and because of that, you run into the same problem that we have with like calisthenics, which is that you're gonna get strong, but it's not really gonna look as aesthetic, as that makes sense. Like, you're not gonna turn into a blob, right? But the thing is that it's like, how do I explain this? Okay, I'll use an example, right? When a bodybuilder squats, they squat really upright, and they don't really move much. They just move their legs. They only focus on the quads mostly. They try to use your glutes and back as least as possible, and they're just trying to work the legs. Now, when a powerlifter squats, they usually bend over more, and they try to use their hips more because the hips are stronger than just your quads, and their lower back, and the adductors and everything else, and they're just trying to like get it to work as one system so they can lift as much weight as possible. But a bodybuilder is just gonna focus on the quads for the most part. So sure, you'll get more quad growth with the bodybuilder, you'll get more but you'll get more fucking hip with this, whatever. But the thing is, it's just harder to focus on a muscle. That's what I'm trying to, that's what the rambling is all about. It's harder to focus on a muscle. It's the same problem with calisthenics. Now, I'm going to put it above a calisthenics spark just because you can work your legs more. That's the only reason. Other than that, it's probably worse than a calisthenics spark. But because, you can work your half of your body better, I can't put it like below it. But just know they're pretty comparable. So, power building. What power building means is... Actually, no, I think I'll cover bodybuilding first. It's going to make more sense. I'll put this above it. Obviously, bodybuilding, like you're building your body, the whole point is to build muscle. Obviously, it's gonna be good for building muscle. But power building is like somebody said, okay, powerlifting is cool, bodybuilding is cool, I like both. What if we combine them? What the fuck am I doing? Hold on. Okay, what if we combine them? What if we take the approach of like you're using your whole body with like the upper actually no, wait, I'm getting confused with something else. It's somebody said, okay, let's periodize it then. Let's do a few weeks of working like a powerlifter and then a few weeks of working like a bodybuilder. Now, the difference between the two is just that a powerlifter is going to focus more on like those big movements. They're going to focus more on working their whole body together, and they're going to try to build as much strength as possible. A bodybuilder is going to try to work each muscle individually, and they're going to probably use higher reps, different exercises, and different forms of those exercises to focus the muscles they want to build. Again, with the squat example, the bodybuilder would squat for the quads, and the powerlifter would squat to squat more strength, squat strength. Boom. So, what happens when you combine both? Honestly, I think it's better than bodybuilding. A lot of people say it's kind of bullshit because you have to relearn the exercises all the time, but the thing is, a lot of times you're getting plateaued on bodybuilding from my experience. You keep doing the same shit, and your body just kind of like stays at the same weight. You can't really level up. You just kind of get stuck on your own strength level. And if you can't get stronger, you can't build more muscle. Simple as that. Like, if you have more muscle, you're stronger. Just a fact. But the thing is, when you switch from these two, like periodically, what happens is that you get like the capacity to build more muscle by building more strength first. So they're kind of like building on top of each other, if that makes sense. You get stronger so you can build more muscle, and because you have more muscle you can build more strength, and then more muscle, strength, boom, stocks, muscle, looking good, bitches, good life. That's what you came here for. So I'm gonna put it above it. I think it's probably gonna be the best on the list, honestly. Now, martial arts. Ooh, I'm gonna put it here, because martial arts, it's kind of like a combination of just doing like the push-ups and sit-ups and shit, but you're also doing a lot of more of the cardio-focused things, like, you know, punching the bags, training your heartbeat, jumping jacks, those type of things. And also just in general, fighting is a lot of it is based on cardio. You'd be surprised, it's really important. Because if you're really strong, it doesn't matter if I can just run circles around you for a minute and then you're just be out of breath. Doesn't matter how strong you are in that case. So it's kind of like a combination of both, but both of these are kind of okay. So it just creates like an okay thing. So I'm gonna put it there. Climbing.
Let's go.
I'm gonna put climbing right here because it's just like, actually, ooh, I think I'm gonna put it here because it's gonna work your back really well, probably better than like home calisthenics. But just again, you're not working your legs too much. You're missing the legs once again. If you can't build half your body, then I can't really say it's the best method because half of your body is still fucking shit. So it's decent. It's decent. It's very good for the back though. Very good for back and forearms. Very good for those. Running. No. This is cardio. I don't need to explain this to you. You know this is cardio. I just put it here because I ran out of ideas. This is fucking cardio. Don't do this for muscle. So, that's my ranking. Yeah, watch my shit. Watch my videos. Very good. Give me that money. Oh, before I go, touch grass. Dumbass.